Hey guys, it's Laura, and this is my discussion board for the week, which we are studying the Divergence communication strategy. And the Divergence communication strategy is defined in our book, A First Look at Communications Theory, as a communication strategy that accentuates the differences between you and another person. So, when I actually read this chapter, I immediately thought of this week. I was sitting there talking with part of my family, and we have 10 kids, so some of them have moved out, but some of them are still here. So, I was kind of figuring out plans for the next day. And I was doing a group text as well as talking to people around the room. And my dad's, 70. So he was, he sat there and he's like, why are you doing this? Why don't you just call everybody and figure it out? But since we were all kind of making plans and we were all doing different things. One of my sister has two kids, one of my sister's going to school. So we all kind of had our own things going on and we were still texting when we could. But to him, he was kind of bewildered and thinking that we were not being as efficient as possible because he said, why don't you just call and get it over with as opposed to sitting here and waiting and texting and, it's so much harder to understand text. But for me, it's way easier and I'm used to texting all the time and it helps us when you don't have a second to or 10 minutes to call each person and figure things out. You kind of just are all communicating through one group text, which I feel like is more efficient in my own life, but for him, he thinks that it's very inefficient and that I should just call. So I thought of that immediately when I read this chapter and I hope you enjoyed my example. Thank you so much.